Dr. Nash has been transforming lives all across the valley, and today she shares some of her remarkable success stories. Hey, Dr. Nash, great to see you today. How are you?
I'm great, JC. How are you doing today?
I can't complain. I'm excited about today because today is one of these days when we talk about success stories. You've been on the show many times talking about the metabolic factors. Today we're going to focus on some of your many success stories. The first person we're going to talk about is Meredith is the first person we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so Meredith, the cool thing about Meredith is that she went through this program during quarantine. So she saw what a lot of people were going through, which is like the quarantine 15, or we call it even the quarantine 19, right? Because of COVID-19, where people are gaining weight instead of losing it. So she lost 30 pounds while she was in quarantine. She also proved that she could keep it off eating 2,200 calories a day. And if you look at how much her body changed, it's incredible that her body was shrinking in the stomach. That lets us know we're fixing damage like hormones and fatty liver. She did phenomenal.
This guy it's a whole different person. What was Dominik's backstory?
So Dominik's backstory is that he's a young guy. He was diagnosed with pre-diabetes when he was 20. Trying to deal with it on his own, by the time he was 25, it had gone into full-blown type 2 diabetes, and that's when he knew that he needed help. He didn't want to end up at the end stage of diabetes where we lose eyesight or limbs. So that's when he came to me. We worked on, he had three things going on. He had a hormone problem. He also had fatty liver, and he had inflammation. Once we went after those issues, in short order, 3.5 months, Dominik reversed his diabetes that he'd been struggling with for 5 years, and he lost almost 100 pounds. 98 pounds came off of him.
The last person we're going to talk about is Desiree, who I know personally, and her results, I love it. She is such a sweet girl, and you guys have done amazing things. Tell us more.
Yeah, so Desiree's cool because here's somebody who is a mom, and after the birth of her 2 boys, it seemed like her body just wasn't behaving the way she was used to at all. So she couldn't lose the weight after the second son was born. When she went to her doctor, all of her doctors kept saying, nothing's wrong, everything looks good, you should be able to just lose it. And she was working hard and seeing nothing change. So when we got her, we found out she was actually pre-diabetic. She also had fatty liver, and she also had inflammation. So again, when we went after those core issues, the same kind of effort that she was doing before that got no results, got a 45-pound weight loss. Now she's walking around in her leather pants and her beautiful long blonde hair, looking like a rock star.
Every time you come on the show, Dr. Nash, you always bring a special. What do you have for us this week?
Yeah, so mainly what we want to do is we want to find out if any of these issues I work with are hiding inside your viewers, right? So the best way for us to do that would be to do the evaluation. Of course, we're going to do it virtual and online. We're going to keep everybody safe until we know that it's safe to come back in the office. So that means that the best way to book those spots would be on the website, but I only have 10 available because they're so popular. They go from $97, which is what I normally charge, down to $9.97 if you do it from going on Las Vegas Now and finding me here.